Drawing a fox in pastels. Welcome into my studio, and I've got my pastel mat paper already taped down onto my board. I've sketched out the fox and I'm starting the blocking in process. Now I do a lot of that with Conte sticks. They cover the area really quickly, and then I usually use my pencils for the more detailed areas. Now obviously this is a really sped up version of the video that I've got on Patreon, which I think is roughly about 3 hours long. So if you're looking for something much slower with lots of tips, techniques and tutorials with a voiceover, Patreon is the place to go. But you can see now I've started with the blocking in the darker layers, then I start to add refinement, fur and details on top. And if you've got any experience with oil paints, you can see that the technique is very similar, where we kind of start off dark or mid-tone, then dark, then come into the lights, layering the lights on top, which is much easier than you do with coloured pencils. So just starting to block in the background with soft pastels, and soft pastels and sticks blend much easier than the pencils, and they cover an area very quickly as well. And they're usually much more vibrant, and in this case I wanted a real vibrant background. So you can see I've just started to detail the right side of the face and the head just like I did the left side, so blocking in first and details on top. Now I'm starting to use pencils and sticks to come away from the head and to start to actually block in around the neck, darks first, blend in with my paper stumps, then starting to layer details on top. So now I'm going to start to work on the right side, doing just the same as I did on the left. Lots of blending with my fingers. They're one of the best blending tools out there. Lots of control with your fingers when you blend in. And then just putting the shape of that foreleg in before I started to block in the body, keeping those real rich vibrant colours. Now the beauty of pastels as well is that you can soften areas off very easily just by using your fingers or a paper stump. And that works just as well for backgrounds as well as for furry things like this fox's body fur, where I don't want sharp edges. So now I'm just putting a hint of detail on top with the pencils, always going in that fur direction. And the further away it's going from the centre of interest, the more I'm allowing it to blur. So dark areas first on that back end. And then I'm going to start to blend in the black at the top, or very dark rich brown, and that really popped the fox forward in the drawing. And then when everything is in place, I start to work over the whole area, because now I can easily assess what needs to have more highlight, what needs to have more shadows. I can tidy up areas, and I've always got that piece of paper under my hand protecting the surface. Now you can use glassine paper or tracing paper or standard paper. Working on a lot more refinement now, and as you do each layer, that's when the refinement really starts. So you can see how I've had to go darker on the underlayer to help those lighter upper layers show through. Hope you've enjoyed this video. As I said, it's very fast, 3 hours long on my Patreon channel, and there's literally $1,000 or more that you can get access to now on my Patreon art channel. Hope to see you all there, and I hope you've enjoyed this short video. On my tutorial website, that's jasonmorgan.co.uk, I've got lots of full-length videos, some up to 8 or 9 hours long. I've got ebooks on there as well. If you're looking for reference photos, because sometimes it's really hard to get very good, decent, copyright-free reference photos you can paint and draw from, my website www.wildlifeart-online.com has got about 900 or more photographs on there. Or perhaps you'd like to join my art community, where every month I put up new videos, new reference photos, new wildlife line art. So that's patreon.com/wildlifeart. Love to see you on one of those soon, or even here on my YouTube channel.